DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com, balloverseas.com. The topic we address here is it possible for a late bloomer basketball player to make it playing professional basketball overseas? The short answer to the question is yes, it is definitely possible. There are plenty of stories out there. If you look around hard enough, you can find them of players who didn't start playing basketball till a late age. Maybe they were playing a different sport. Maybe they weren't playing sports at all. Discovered basketball. Maybe basketball discovered them, and they became successful basketball players. Maybe they're players who were playing basketball for a while. They just weren't good. They became good later, or later than most basketball players, and then they ended up making it in ball. I would put myself in that category. I didn't really become the type of player that I felt like I was good until the summer after my senior year of high school. That's when I really started to feel like I could play with and against anybody and do something out there on the court. So it is definitely possible. Here's the thing that you need to understand, however. If you happen to be this late bloomer player, maybe you already bloomed, or maybe you haven't bloomed yet and you're wondering, should you keep working on your game? Because even if you do eventually bloom, is it even going to be worth it? Will you still get a chance to do your thing, being that you bloomed late in basketball? The answer is you absolutely will, but what you got to get is that what you're going to be missing is live game experience, and that's something that you can't really, there's not really a whole lot of hacks for live game experience, and that's something that you're going to need to get as quickly as possible. My biggest challenge, probably by the time that I got to my senior year of high school, which was the only year that I played varsity on high school, it wasn't that I didn't have skill. I had a good amount of skill because I've been on the playground practicing by myself and all that stuff for some time. I just didn't have the live game skills, so I didn't have the confidence to get in a live game and actually use my skills in the game. When the ball got passed to me, actually do the stuff that I was practicing. I didn't have that confidence because I hadn't done it before, and I hadn't been in a whole lot of live game situations. So you're going to need to get that game experience. And I know this is a challenge for some players because I've had players who come to me and they'll say things like, Dre, I practice, on my own and do my thing, but then when I get into games, I'm not doing my moves, or the coach gets mad at me because I don't know the plays, or the coach will tell me you got to move without the ball, and I don't know what it means to move without the ball. I don't know how to move without the ball. I don't know how to play in the flow of a 5-on-5 game. You might be good at playing half court with your friends, or playing people one-on-one and doing your thing, practicing, maybe even playing pickup where there's no structure. You just do what you want. You might just stand there. Whenever you get the ball, do something. If you don't get the ball, you just stand there. But in a live game on a team with a coach, you can't do that. The coach is going to be like, yo, move without the ball, do this, do that. And if you don't know what that means and you can't execute on it, you might find yourself sitting on the bench just because you have no idea what the hell is going on. So you need to get that live game experience. All you late bloomers, the key thing is, yes, you can still make it overseas, but in order to make it overseas, you got to be able to get on that court and play 5-on-5 basketball. And overseas is 5-on-5. You got to prove it in practice, and you got to do it in the games. And even to get that opportunity in the first place, you're going to have to do it in the games somewhere on some level, playing with and against somebody who can play, or other people who can play. So make sure once you do bloom, or you're on your way to blooming, you ball players out there, go play in some games, man. Get on the team. Go join a recreational league. Go get in a summer league, a pro-am league somewhere, anywhere where you can just get live 5-on-5 experience. Whatever experience you don't have, go get it. So if you never played a lot of pickup, go play a whole lot of pickup so you can at least get that experience. If you haven't played 5-on-5 with referees where it is, they call calls and all that, go play in that. I don't care if you're just playing some summer league where the game is not really how it's going to be anything like overseas. It's better than nothing. All right, go play somewhere and get that experience. Of course, you can go to an exposure camp, but you don't get a lot of time in an exposure camp to get warmed up and get used to a situation. It starts and ends very quickly. So I would suggest you do something, maybe look into things like an academy, things like that, where you can warm up and you can learn the game and you can be taught, and then over time your comfort level grows and you get better at doing the thing that you need to do. But that game experience is going to be huge for anybody who haven't already bloomed and blossomed, become the player that you're going to become in basketball. Because if you're going to play pro, that's going to be expected of you from the gate, from the very first day. All right, they're not going to go backwards and teach that to you remedially. They're going to expect you to show up with it. So if you ain't got it, it's going to cost you. Don't say nobody told you. Oh yeah, make sure you get those free downloads, 46 things to know about playing overseas basketball before you play. And that book, the Overseas Basketball Blueprint. The book is free. All you do is take care of the shipping, get that. Both of the links are down below wherever you happen to be watching this, if you don't already have them. Work on your game. Dre all day.